You guys, are you freaking ready? Today, we're going to be doing a 3 looks, 1 palette, full review, wear test, swatches, the whole 9 yards with the new Natasha Denona My Dream palette. And I am literally so excited that I kind of just want to dive right in, and then we can chat as we go along. One thing before we get started, if you're new here, I post every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so be sure you're subscribed. And before you go anywhere else, smash the like button. Smash it. I was like, do you want to say thumbs up or like? I don't know. Whatever it is, smash it. And yeah, let's go ahead and start playing with this palette, you guys. So as always, my eyes are primed. They are ready to rock and roll. I just want to give a moment of appreciation for this packaging. It's my favorite so far. I really like the matte finish that it has. And then the texture that you're getting here with the paint splatters. This whole packaging is just like more my vibe, and I'm really, really into it. I don't really have a plan for today. It looks kind of like this shade down here is gonna be one of the lighter ones. So you know what? Let's just dig in. Let's go into the shade Nurture and start building it up in the crease and into the transition. I do want to be forefront with you guys. I did receive this palette through Octoly for text review, which if you don't know, that means that I just have to write a review on like Sephora. I don't have to post content about it or anything like that. And I just wanted to let you know, if you've been here for a while, then you know a free product is not gonna sway my view no matter whose free product it is. So I would keep that in mind. I'm very honest and forthcoming, so it's not gonna change today. I really would have liked a little bit of a lighter shade in the palette to completely just set down the base, because I find, for me at least, it's easier for me to blend shadows out the way that I like them blended if we start with a powdered base. So that's just kind of like my first thought as we're going along here. I have not used this palette at all yet, you guys. So this first look, you're getting so much in this video. This first look is literally my first impressions. And then as we go through, I'll be able to speak more to the wear time, the formulation, and stuff like that. So be sure to stay tuned for the whole video. I will also share some swatches with you guys. I will say the swatches had me shook. And when you see them, you'll probably understand why. Because I know we all saw the promo pics for this. They've been, you know, floating around for a while. And I guess I just had like a certain idea in my mind of what it was going to look like. Now I'm gonna go in with this Aspiration shade right here. And when I swatched it out, it was not what I thought it was going to be. I'll go ahead and insert the swatches now. But when I swatched it out, this was so much more warm toned than I was expecting. I was like, whoa, like, holy shit. Like, I like, obviously this look is more cool, more vampy, and you can do that. But I think it's the best of both worlds because you're also getting a really fair amount of warm tones. And I guess that's something I didn't really pick up during the whole promotional period, that it had kind of like both. I don't have retro to compare, but I feel like there are probably a lot of similar shades in retro to this palette. I did have the bronze, but then I decluttered it. And I feel like this palette is a baby between retro and bronze. So I honestly think if you have both of those, you could probably dupe it or get something pretty darn close. So I would keep that in mind. I know some people just collect them to have them all, but if you're looking to save a little cash, you could probably get a really similar vibe if you mix and match those. Because these pans are magnetic, if you do not know. So you could definitely mix and match to get something. This does look really beautiful though. I am enjoying so far the tones and the shades on me. I think that they are looking really, really nice. I am gonna go in with a bit of glitter glue because I wanna play with the multi-chrome in this shadow. In this palette. Ever since I swatched it, I have not been able to stop thinking about it. So I want to use that today. Whether it matches or not, I don't really care. It's really pretty. It has a, it's like a, I'll swatch it really quick. I don't know if you guys will even be able to see the shifts, but oh, pink, green, gold, orange, super, super pretty. And I'm just excited to slather that baby on my eyelid. It's gonna look so pretty. I was also lucky enough to snag the new lipstick and liner on Octoly as well. So I will swatch that out for you guys too and give you my full thoughts on those two products. I think the only ones I didn't get were the face product, the face palette that they had. And then I think she also came out with like, I don't know if it was a matte liquid lip. I'm gonna go into this one, which is Vision. I didn't know if it was a matte liquid lip or if it's a gloss. I didn't look because I was like, I'm not even gonna entertain it. I'm not gonna get anything. And then this popped up on Octoly and I was literally just right place, right time, you guys. Oh, fuck, this is pretty. Wow. This is nice. I don't even... Oh, there is it catching it. That shift. Really, really pretty. So far, I'm finding the formula to be consistent from what I've grown to expect from Natasha Denona. The matte's blended out really easily. I didn't use any of the cream to powders, but the powder matte's blended out nice. The shimmer is going on with ease, and I'm using a brush. Obviously. Like, honestly, I feel like you could pair this shade with almost any freaking look that you create with this palette. Just like freaking wow. Be ready to catch me just like staring at myself all the time. But okay, I'm gonna hop off, finish the rest of my face, and then I'll be back to do my lips with you all. Okay, so I'm back with the mostly finished look. Now I'm gonna go in with the lip liner, and this is her I Need a Nude Lip Crayon. It says NP1. I don't know, it's a part of the new collection, so I'm gonna put this on. This is the first time I've used one of her liners, and I will say creamy, easy to work with, didn't have any issues. Here is the lipstick that she launched with this collection as well. And this is just called My Dream Lipstick. Same. The packaging is so stunning on this, you guys. It's similar to the palette. It is really like heavy duty. This is how a high-end product or a luxury product in my mind should feel. It should be a whole experience. I feel like a lot of luxury high-end makeup brands are putting out really cheap packaging, and it's absolutely infuriating. This packaging is nice. I was immediately impressed. I'm gonna roll it up. I did try this on my lips yesterday to show some people on IG, so I have already put it on my lip. But this is like my first Natasha Denona lipstick and lip pencil I've ever tried. So I'm still like gathering my thoughts on it as I wear it over time. But my first impressions of it are really, really good, you guys. I think this is a really beautiful nude for my skin tone. Personally, I think that it looks really, really nice. Like I said, I love the packaging. Formula-wise, it is really like creamy, but not slippery. So that's good in my opinion. Creamy, but not slippery is right where we like it. And yeah, I will try to also get a close-up. I do film on my iPhone, so I'll do the best I can of this look because the eyes, oh my God, in person, you guys, are just stunning. Because I'm like looking at myself in a side mirror over here, and I can see pink, gold, orange, a little bit of green as I shift. Like, oh my goodness. This shade Vision is a vision, is what it is. So yeah, I will quit yapping and we will go ahead and get into look number 2. All right, so look number 2, baby. Since I'm wearing this gray, I'm thinking maybe we'll do something a little more along the smoky lines with those tones, like this Serenity shade. And we're gonna use the black. I thought that would be fun to go in with. We are going to start with the same shade as look 1, this Nurture shade. 1, I think it's going to go best with this look, but 2, it's really the only lighter shade in the palette, and I don't want to pull from other palettes, especially during this like review period. I just want to use what we've been given, so that's why I'm not like pulling a setting shade from somewhere else. I'm just gonna go in with it. To update you guys on the wear time of yesterday's look though, had absolutely no issues with creasing or longevity. I was only able to wear the shadow about 6 hours, which isn't as long as I normally have shadow on, but man, it still looked so good. And in warmer lighting, the shift captured like a really pretty bronze. Beautiful. Already, in my opinion, the palette is worth the look that I created yesterday. I am just really into yesterday's look. It was just literally so pretty. And it wore so well. Oh. So I have high hopes for the rest of the look as well. This shade is really pretty. I think it's it looks like a really pretty crease shade and transition shade, especially because we are working with a lot of darker, like cooler tones. I think the third look, I am going to do a warmer look for you guys, and I'll probably set with this shade just so we can kind of see what that looks like. But this palette has me wanting to pull into these deeper tones, which is exciting for me at least. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the blackest black we will see. I'm really curious if it's as good as the black in the Biba palette, because that is my all-time favorite black. It is so, so good. So I have high hopes for this, but didn't swatch very nice, so I don't know. I have seen some friends on IG doing looks with this, so I've seen like a lot of like lighter looks. I actually haven't seen a lot of really vampy looks lately, which is why I wanted to kind of showcase this side of the palette. I haven't watched any reviews yet. You guys, my biggest pet peeve is when someone like tries an item one time and has it on for like while they're filming and maybe 2 hours after and calls it a review, like I hate that. Like, I cannot trust those reviews. I'm like, how do you know it's not gonna look like crap in 3 hours? You know what I mean? And I feel like that's why I don't watch a lot of YouTubers anymore, because they're like, oh, here's my review. And it's like, you wore it one time for 2 hours and then you never touched it again. Like, how can you speak to the product longevity, wearability, I don't know, the whole other half of the palette? Like, that just like drives me nuts. I'm like, bro, it's not a review. That's a first impressions. So annoying to me. So I haven't watched them because I didn't want my thoughts to be like, you know, clouded by anyone else's. But two, I was just really irritated because I was like, that's literally, in my opinion, not a review. But I think the multi-chrome in here, the Vision shade, would also look so good with this. I'm not going to use it again, but I'm just saying. This black is going on really nicely, building up nicely. I'll be interested to see how it wears because, you know, if you get like a bad black, it'll kind of turn that like blue colored hue. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that. It's not a cream to powder. Like the one in Biba is a cream to powder and it's really great. This is just a straight powder. And it looks really good on first impressions. I am going to take my NYX glitter glue like I did yesterday, and I am gonna just apply some of that on the lid before I go in with the shimmer. All right, now that that's on, I want to go into this Serenity shade here. It looks the most like cool tony, and I think it'll go with this really well. I might even do another shade layered. Well, that looks nice though. I'm just kind of like fanning it into the black so the transition doesn't look as harsh. And I'll tap back in with the black as well just to kind of clean that up a little bit. But I think that looks really nice. It is a very, I feel like it pulls pretty taupey. This one isn't, this shimmer in particular isn't super reflective or sparkly. It's one of those that are a little bit more muted. So just wanted to mention that I'm not, because I know sometimes it doesn't look as good on camera as it does in person. So I'm always mindful to mention, but I feel like this is a pretty muted shimmer. Like, it still looks pretty, but I think if you're wanting something really sparkly, you would probably be a little disappointed in this shimmer. Just wanted to let you know. I am going to clean up under the eyes a little bit. I had a smidgen of fallout. Nothing too bad. Finish up the face, and then I will be back with the final look. Okay, so here is finished look number 2. Obsessed! I actually went in with the shade Edgy, and this is a cream to powder. It's a really pretty purple, and that is what I used on the lower lash line there. And I really just feel like that contrast elevated the look. I will insert a video. I really loved how the video came out from yesterday's look, so I'm going to continue to try to do that in this series moving forward. I didn't realize how good it would look. But I absolutely love how this look came out, you guys. Like I mentioned, the shimmer definitely wasn't as impactful as normally they are, but I still think that it looks good. This is still a look that I would wear and reach for. I just think that it is so pretty. Catch me. Anyways, good thing I have other stuff to film today because I just really like the way that this looks. So yeah, here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into look number 3. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into look number 3. I have a headache. Yeah, so I'm just trying to power through that. I just took an Excedrin. I hope it's gonna kick in. Well, this is starting out great. Started wilding out and I was like, you know what? I'm not dealing with it. And I put them outside. So yeah. Anyways, look number 3. Okay, let's go. Excedrin, do your thing. I'm gonna go in first with this Unity shade here. I am gonna do I'm gonna try to do more of a warmer toned look today. Both of the other looks I've done have been on the cool / deep side, so thought we would dip into this versatility a little bit. Yesterday also, I will say the matte black wore really well. Didn't have any issues with it. It kept true to its color. So I was definitely very pleased with that. If you remember all the way back at the beginning of the video, I shared some swatches, and essentially I felt like half of this palette is warm. So I'm excited to really dip into that and see what we can get out of it, because I just think that concept is so nice, especially someone who I mostly enjoy warm tones, but I can go for a cool tone look here and there. So to kind of have a 2-in-1 really is nice. If you have tried the face palette, let me know. I'm very curious. That is one of the only things that didn't. Well, maybe some people did get the face palette through Octoly, and I was just too late and I didn't see it. So if you got the face palette and you've been trying it, what are your thoughts? I was definitely very curious since I've been loving the blush that comes in the Glam face palette. Like, I've been obsessed with it. So I was curious as to how that product was. Now that I have that on, I'm gonna go in with this shade Familia right here. It's a little bit of a darker brown, and that's just what I'm gonna start packing on the outside and into the crease right there to just deepen this up a little bit. I was thinking I was gonna do the really gold shimmer, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know if that'll matter. Oh, we got a lot of fallout, please. we got a lot with this shade. This shade definitely has the most fallout so far that I've used in the palette. But, you know, I do my eyes first, so it doesn't bother me. But if you don't do your eyes first, beware. I warned you, okay? But yeah, this is, per all the other shades, blending out really nice, going on really, really easily. Not having any issues or anything like that. Yesterday, I did have that look on for approximately 11 hours, and everything held up really nicely. No creasing or fading or anything like that, so I'm feeling good. You know. Yeah, I like this brown. It's really like warm. Kind of almost like a, if pumpkin spice were to be a color, I low-key kind of feel like this would be the cinnamon on top of it. You know? I just think it's really pretty. And then I have this like spot over here that never really holds shadow. Don't know why. Can't tell you why. If I knew, I don't know if it would even matter. But yeah, it like doesn't hold shadow. I don't know. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of my NYX glitter glue and I'm gonna just spread that all over the eye. All right, now that I have that on, I think I'm gonna go into this really pretty Thrill shade here. And I'm just gonna go in with a dry brush. And I'm gonna apply this to the inner portion. And then I do think I will take some of that gold into some of this as well, because I still think it'll look pretty. Ooh, this is nice. This is like almost like this is almost like a foil a little bit. Okay, now that I have that, I'm gonna take a little bit of this Invention shade here, just with my finger, and I think I'm gonna just tap that on a little bit in the center. Well, actually all over except for this little inner part here, just to give it a little extra something. It's gonna look really pretty though. Oh yes, oh yes, I'm a bronze goddess. Okay, I'm going to clean this up because this look definitely needs a cleanup. Finish the look and then I will be back. Okay, you guys, here is the third and final look for my neutral queens out there. Here it is. I'm gonna insert a close-up and I really hope that it does the look justice. I really loved that I decided to mix those lid shades because now we have a really gorgeous color story going on the eyelids. We have a pink, orange, like a light gold shift. Like the eyelid is very shifty, very beautiful. And I hope that picks up in the close-up because wow, is it freaking stunning in person, you guys. Like freaking stunning. I did want to go ahead and just share my overall thoughts with you all really quick in regards to what I have from the collection. I am wearing the Lippy again today, the Dream lipstick. I cannot recommend this enough. It's quickly, very quickly slid into a favorite spot in my collection. Not only is it comfortable, the tone is just absolutely perfect for my skin tone, in my opinion. I am absolutely loving it. It's very comfortable. It has a lot more staying power than I anticipated. I didn't think that it would have a ton of staying power just because of the creamy satin finish, but it holds on pretty well. Like I ate dinner, I drank a beer, and it was still looking pretty good. Like obviously I could have touched it up, but it still looked good. I was pleasantly surprised by that. So I would highly, highly recommend this. I actually am very curious to explore more of this lip line now because obsessed. In regards to the palette, I do think that this is quality. Like I mentioned in the beginning, the packaging is my favorite that she has ever done in my personal opinion. I just love it. It's my vibe. I'm vibing with it. In terms of the color story, I think this is very unique to my collection. The balance of warm and cool tones in here is very impressive. And you get those pinks and purples that you can use to accent colors. I feel like it is very well done, which is interesting. I thought it was very beautiful when I saw it in promo pics and when she first started advertising for it. But I was like, you know, I don't need it. And I still don't feel like I needed it, but it definitely does add to my collection. And it's one that I can see myself continuing to reach for in the future. I had a really, really great time playing with it. I literally loved all the looks I created. And there are so many more that I already have that like I want to try. Like, God, I just think this Vision shade is gonna go beautifully with pretty much any shadow in the collection. Longevity was there, blendability was there. It was consistent with Natasha's formula in my opinion. These ones today are more of the sparkly formulation that I'm used to. The only one that I tried that was kind of lackluster was that Serenity shade, but I still think it's really pretty. It's just a little bit more of a not so sparkly shimmer. But overall, I was obsessed with every single look I created with this. Another thing that I do want to add is I feel like this palette is one of the most versatile ones Natasha has created. She does have a habit for creating her midi palettes to be very repetitive. There's a lot of tone repetition, not a lot of depth. And I feel like this one doesn't have that issue. It, in my mind, is similar to Biba or Metropolis in the fact that it's a very versatile palette. So I just wanted to mention that as well. You're not getting a bunch of tone repetitiveness. And I think that that is big because I think a lot of her palettes do that. So yeah, just wanted to include that as well. I think that if it's something you feel like is going to add to your collection, snag it. Highly recommend it. I really, really loved this one. And yeah, I hope that these looks were helpful to you guys. I hope the swatches were helpful. If you have any questions, I will try my best to answer them for you all. And yeah, if you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. And thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.